I found out that my mom cut me out of her will after I prioritized her needs all my life, and now they are accusing me that my love and care for her was based on money. I am the eldest of divorced parents. My father is happily remarried with more kids, but my mother stayed single and relies on me and my younger brother to come help her out in her retirement village regularly. It's a flight and a rental car to get to her, so it's kind of a pain. What makes it worse is that my younger brother, who is single with no kids, will never go down when she needs something, only when it aligns with his schedule. So he'll go down during his summer vacation and then help with things like moving furniture or taking her car in to be serviced. However, if it's an emergency of any kind, it's all on me. I'm married with kids in school and a decent career and a side gig, but all hell breaks loose if I don't go. Passive-aggressive texts, relatives pestering. When I ask if anyone else could step in, the answer is always, "But you're the one she wants." How big a deal can this be? This woman is the most accident and illness-prone human you'll meet. And it's all for real. In the last few years it's been a head-on car collision, cancer twice, another car accident, and pneumonia. She wasn't like this growing up, just since retiring, so even staying the least amount of days. I've burned through PTO, cashed in savings, left the kids to have milestones without me, and usually when I'm with her, she talks on and on about my golden brother. See how he hung that new picture when he was here? He's so handy. Annoying as hell, but I've had a lifetime to get used to it. Some months ago, I found out by accident that except for some small amounts for my kids, she's leaving everything to my brother. It will be a decent amount. I was so perplexed and admittedly hurt. She refused to talk to me about it, so I was stuck trying to figure out what I did to make her decide to do this. Eventually, one of her siblings told me that it was to ensure my brother could retire comfortably. He's always worked low-wage jobs. However, he has few expenses because he lives completely free with a wealthy relative who has a large home that he will also be inheriting. Recently, she had another accident and called me to help. I got the call from the hospital and then her rehab center because even though my brother is her medical POA, I'm always the name and number she gives out. When I didn't say I'd be coming, she sent texts complaining of how hard it is to not be able to drive or do many things and pushed for my travel plans. My love for her and care for her was never based on money. She's my mom, but I ended up telling her I couldn't come down. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I know she's in pain and struggling. I know that her siblings and friends are too old and too far to be much help. But in a moment of spite, I told her to get my brother to do it, and of course, she defended him and added that he couldn't, as a guy, help with some things. My spouse says I'm in the right, that I've prioritized her needs all my life, and even if it's because of the will, it was past time for me to stop doing everything. But others, especially family, can't understand why I haven't gone down yet, and I end up feeling so disappointed in myself. Mom sends me woe is me texts about how she will manage without me even though everything's a struggle. Now she's sending texts about how she understands I'm too busy and she'll call the youngest of her siblings if she has to. Update: Mom's sibling has been a storm of getting things done. I guess there's been an unspoken awareness in the family of the way I've taken on so much, and my meltdown was not a massive surprise. I've had several texts of "Hey, you take care of you, we got this." Nice, but like, where was this especially the last 10 years? She and Mom are actually investigating assisted living. Mom told her she didn't want to become a burden. In any event, they are copying me on websites and stuff. I'm staying home with no plans to go down. I feel regret. It feels wrong not to be there, but I'm also feeling relief. It wasn't the money, it was the idea she had no thought about taking care of me or acknowledging me as much as my brother. She's my mom, but also, it feels awful that she's parented me and infantilized my brother, and that would be her last message to us. My mom's sister texted me that there are life insurance policies for my kids to cover a chunk of college and that Mom's funeral and all that is prepaid. She didn't have to break the expectation of confidentiality and told me. It gave me some peace to know she thought of the kids. Mom doesn't know I had this crisis. Her sister just told her that I was extremely busy and couldn't come down, and that anyway Mom should let others help once in a while. Mom was calling to see if everything was okay because that sounded odd to her, especially since I didn't tell her myself. I texted Mom that I hoped her sister was helping and she said yes, thank you. My dad called and told me to let up on my brother. I was completely confused until he said that my brother was brokenhearted and that I broke my promise to go help Mom and was suggesting he needed to go. I told him it's true I'm not going, but I haven't talked to my brother and it's not my job to tell my brother what to do. My mom's eldest sibling put in the family group chat that they and their spouse are highly concerned that Mom isn't being taken care of and that sometimes neglect is abuse and people don't realize it. My mom's youngest sib sent a screenshot of the cost of a flight for the eldest hometown to Mom's closest airport. Group chat is now silent. I laughed hysterically. I texted my mom's youngest sibling and told her I was tapping out. I ranted a bit, a lot. She bought a plane ticket and is going down to help Mom. She completely understood and was super supportive. She told me that Mom has been having memory issues and is planning to move to assisted care. She said she's going to make that a priority when she's down to help. Technically she's my aunt, but I never knew her growing up. It was nice to feel like a family member had my back. I don't know if she told Mom or shared my text, but Mom has been calling. I muted her. I don't know what happens next, but I think a good night's sleep is definitely first.